All right, all right. All right. Have a seat, y'all. I got some questions. All right. Y'all excited about this? All right, all right. So first of all, welcome to TSP, man. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for having me. And we're going to make sure that this is going to be history tonight.
Y'all ready, huh? Y'all stay ready. So this is exciting for me. I get to ask a lot of questions about, I want to ask about business, I want about mindset, but I want to start with your story because the story to me is so amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to start with the music, of course, and that original deal you structured.
Yeah.
Which was history making, record breaking, and so different. Like now everybody say they want to be independent.
Yeah.
But back then, everybody wanted to be on a label deal. That was a dream, right? Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I grew up in the projects in New Orleans, Callio projects, and grew up in poverty. And I realized that the one thing was the only way we could make it out of here, I couldn't get a record deal. I needed to do something to be able to take. I was living in a household with 12 kids, and I lived with my grandparents. So my whole thing was I was offered $1 million. And so when I got offered that $1 million, I said, I'm going to be a millionaire. But then I started thinking I have 12 other people at home. So if I gave everybody $100,000, we still broke. And so I went to Jimmy Iovine, and he had a check for $1 million. He told me if I don't take that check, nobody's gonna do business with me. And I said, if this white guy offered me $1 million, he don't even know me, I'm a kid from the projects, how much am I really worth? Am I worth 10, 20, 30, 40? So I told him I was going to get something to eat, jumped back on the plane. I jumped on Southwest Airlines, me and my brother. And so I had $500 in my pocket at the time. My brother asked me, how much money you have? We could have been a millionaire. I said, I have $500. But what I realized that day, my grandfather told me one thing before he passed. He said, never do business when you're desperate. And so what I realized, I said, I had to start thinking what my worth and my value was. I just got this guy that don't know me offer me $1 million. What am I really worth? So me and my brother about to fight. We on the airplane. We gonna keep it real. We about to fight because he like, now we eating peanuts on Southwest Airlines. And so I say, no, bro, I got it. We gonna make it. That's the only way I calmed him down. He said, how we gonna do that? Because I got this project, the ice cream man, we're gonna sell millions. We're gonna do it on our own. So think about it, if they was gonna give me, I look at the deal about me going to college. Education is so important. So I read the deal, 7 years I couldn't use my name, they own my rights, everything. And so I was gonna get 12% a record. And I said, how much money is that really? What's the difference was, y'all know back in the days, we selling cassettes for $9, selling CDs for $20. So imagine me making that $20 and giving them 12 cents. And so when I figured that part out, I said, I'm gonna sell this out the trunk of my car because I watched the Avon lady. This old lady in my hood, I used to follow her around. And so she tell me, she said, what you doing? You the police? I said, no, I'm just trying to see what you doing. And so I watched her sell her Tupperware out the trunk of her car, and I said, I'm gonna sell my CDs out the trunk of my car, and I'm gonna go to every city, every hood. I hear from Atlanta to Texas to Chicago to New York, and I start selling my CDs out the trunk of my car. And I had saved up $300,000. And that's why sometimes when you have money, you don't tell people you got money. So I was in the ghetto, I had $300,000 saved up. I hid it, doing what I gotta do, because the next step was trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my business. So I had to learn the business. And so I found it. I said, who was the biggest artist in the world? It was Michael Jackson at the time. So I said, I'm going to call Michael Jackson attorney. So the guy talked to me. He said, Master P, what do you want? Michael Jackson is my client. I said, well, look, I want to find out what kind of deal Michael Jackson have. He said, that's going to cost you $25,000. I said, $25,000 to talk to you? I said, okay, sir, I'm going to give you the $25,000. That was the best money I ever spent. So investing in yourself. And so I asked him, I said, what's the deal bigger than Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson was getting 22% of record. And I'm like, he owned Neverland. He got 22% of record. This got to be crazy. So I said, what's the next deal? He said, you can get a distribution deal, but you're going to need $200,000 marketing money. That's the only way you could get it. But he don't know I was already selling CDs out the trunk of my car. And so that's why I tell y'all, you are your best investment. And so all I wanted after that date was a distribution deal, because the distribution deal is you own 85% of the company and they own 15%. It never been done before. And so I went back, I kept looking for companies till one time Priority Records showed up and they offered me that distribution deal. They said, you got $200,000? I said, yeah, I got $200,000. He said, where you get it from? I said, I sold my records out the trunk of my car. And so that's how I got into the game. And so don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Like, I took that money, I could have went and brought all these nice cars and all these other things. I invested in myself.
That sounds familiar, right? We were just talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
It's funny, we was talking about it. I had them do an exercise where I had them write down how much money they made in their business the last few years.
Yeah.
And we had numbers. What was the numbers we was talking about, y'all? It was like 40%, 60%, 130%. And I say, compare that to the stock market.
Yeah.
But we willing to invest in the stock market and other people companies, we willing to invest in our own habits.
Well, we investing in stuff we don't know about. Think about when you know your business, you out there on the grind hustling, you know this. I'm investing in something that I know. I tell people all the time, they say, well, Pete, why you don't do this, you don't do that? I say, no, I'm selling cereal because I grew up eating cereal. I'm selling chips because I grew up eating chips. Think about it. These are multi-billion-dollar companies that we have nothing involved, because they tell us to do stocks, right? That's fine. But if you don't know stocks, I tell people all the time, stock is like real estate. Start small till you learn it. Get your feet wet. Because think about it. If before I go buy a mansion, I got to buy 10 little small houses. Before I go in the stock and invest millions of dollars, I got to lose a couple $1,000s. And then I might quit. If I don't never make no money, I'm going to quit. I'm like, oh, I tried that, but it don't work for me. So I've always invested in the things that I do and I love and I'm passionate about, because that's the only way you're going to be, and I'm educated about. So education is the key, y'all. Educate yourself to what you believe in. Don't just get caught up in somebody say, oh, we're going to make $10 million. Hold on. Show me how we're going to make $10,000 first.
Let's talk about that 10,000 first piece. I saw an interview you did where you said, I believe it opened up for Tupac.
Yeah.
And you know, people, I think they see the success now and they say, oh, they in their mind it always was like that. Yeah. Arena's full, but you said they weren't out there to see you.
Now, man, I'm going to tell y'all, start small, stay humble, and keep grinding, because I was the opening act for Tupac. I was out when the lights was on. They was like, I was Mr. Peter Country Singer. I'm from the South, so when I come out, I had to tell an old white guy, he said, next on the stage is Mr. Peter Country. I said, man, come here. I'm from New Orleans. I'm a rapper. He said, I thought you was a country singer because you from New Orleans. I said, no, man, hold up. One day I'm going to be big. I'm going to sell millions of records. And nobody believed. But when I got on stage with Tupac, I had one guy, I'm talking about, he was bouncing, body, he was bouncing. I told my brother I got one. He said, got one of what? I said, I got a fan. Yeah. And I was able to turn that one into millions, and now after selling over 100 million records, that's how good God is.
Now, I wanted to ask you about No Limit. The records is moving. They selling platinum.
Yeah.
Anybody have all them CDs? You ain't had a rack. Like anybody had a tower with all them, right? I had all the no limits and I had all them free from Columbia House. Cause I had a rack of them, right? All the Columbia House and no. But I want to ask you about what I always admired from even back then was the marketing behind.
Yes.
And I feel like y'all broke the mold in marketing, the graphics, the colorful CDs that stood out when I went into the record store.
Yeah.
The young people like, record store, what is that? When I went to the record store and picked them out, you know, it would be promotions for the next albums and the release dates.
So my thing is, marketing is the key to any business. And I tell people all the time, 90% is business, 10% is your talent. And so a lot of people get caught up, I'm talented, I'm good. That don't mean nothing. That's 10% of everything that you're doing. Because think about why people sell their souls on these deals, because they don't have no marketing. And so my thing was, I didn't have to sell my soul because I realized one thing. I said, I'm going to make this pop because I'm going to expose this to the world. Now, I started my own record store at 19 in Richmond, California. People don't know that. And so I was a young kid with my own record store, and I learned the retail business. So you got to learn your business. Before I got into the music business, the way I was able to be a boss, I learned it from the retail perspective, so I know what the customer wanted. So in my store, I always know what the customer wants. The customer is first. So I realized everything was dark. You look at NWA, Ice Cube, the Ghetto Boys, they all wore black. And it was just dark during our time, right? I said, if I ever put a project out, I'm going to put on white. Put the white Dickie suit on. I'm going to be the ice cream man. And then I had a Rolex watch. And so I went to this company. I said, can you put some diamonds on my logo? And I'm going to put it on the back. The guy said I could do it. And then all of a sudden he couldn't do it. Then he called me back. Yeah, I figured it out. So when I put that diamond logo on the back of every brand that I had, people was able to see that. Then they see me with this white, and everybody else had on black. So being different sometimes will get you, because you be ready to give up because you want to be like everybody else. You got to take the journey. So I keep telling y'all, it's not an overnight success. It's all about the journey. Everybody won't get to the destination, but when you put your trust and faith in God, you're going to realize the journey is more important. And so where I learned the marketing from, y'all, I went to college. That's why I tell y'all education is so important. I learned what colors was. I learned why McDonald's did what they did. So my professor told me, what is McDonald's selling? Everybody was saying Big Macs and French fries. And said, no, McDonald's selling consistency. When I figured that out, I realized that I'm going to take my business to the next level. And so everything that I do it with consistency. I don't care whether I'm playing sports, I'm an athlete, I'm an entertainer. In my business, it's all consistency. And that's what's going to get you to the next level. You got to do something every day to get, because I start thinking, the Big Mac tastes the same everywhere we go. But if we create a restaurant, we're going, I want this to be different in Mississippi. I want this to taste like this in Atlanta. No, consistency is what people buying. And so that's what me and James was able to figure out. Like, that's the same stuff James put into the rap snacks. Make sure that you got the real flavor. So me and Snoop did the same thing with our Snoop cereal. Let's make sure that we taste as good as what they have out there. And keep that consistency, even if they put us in the back of the store. So think about it, y'all. I was in the back of the line of the music industry. Now I'm in the back of the stores with the product. But I know what the long haul is. So I'm not upset about it. I'm not tripping. They let me know. If they put me in the back, I have something. Now, if they didn't put me in the store at all, I know that I don't have nothing. Because I'm going to get me from the back to the front. And so let me tell y'all what I did in the music game, right? So I couldn't afford the big billboards, because back then billboards was like $10, $20, $30, $40,000. But I looked at something. I said, when you go to school, you see all these school bus benches. I asked the guy, I said, how much is those bus benches? He said, $15. I said, man, give me 1,000 of them. That's how I built my brand. Do what you got to do in your own lane. Stop trying to look at, that person, Elon Musk, got billions of dollars, so why are we going to compete with him? He started small. People don't realize he started PayPal in college. Why we can't do it? And that's my whole thing, teaching our culture how whatever they do, we could do it better because most of us invented a lot of the stuff that they are doing.
And we're the ones that make it popular.
Yes. Well, think about it. We get in the street, we fight, we march, we get mad, we get upset, and then a couple months over, we go back home. What are we fighting for? My thing is, what I'm going to teach our culture, well, we need to fight for economic empowerment. We got to figure out how to get some of this bread. Because we always talk about get the bag. How we going to get the bag if we ain't doing nothing, and we ain't creating nothing, and we ain't owning nothing? What bag are we going to get? We're going to keep buying their bags. That's why we're going in Louis Vuitton and all these different places. Think about it. They tell me, I got my own shoes, Manyatic. Motivating oneself, encourage you actively to think independently. And guess what? I started out my garage just like Nike. I want to show our people it might take 10 years. It might even take when I'm gone. Y'all going to buy it because we done created it. And so that's what you got to look at. We get caught up. We want it now. I don't want it now. I failed in the music business for a long time. Y'all only seen the success because once I made it because of the work I put in. Don't be afraid to put the work in. And I never hated on nobody. I always celebrated our people. We got to celebrate each other because the money is there.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk about, you taught me a great lesson about branding and longevity. Because right after the pandemic was ending and the city was first opening up, I'm riding in the car, listening to the radio, and I hear them say, I think it was a rescheduled No Limit concert coming to State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
So I get the tickets and I come. And two things. The first thing about branding, right? As soon as we pull up, we got some friends in the car, my wife and I. Everybody I see, I got my camouflage jacket on, of course. Everybody I see, at least one, if not both people had on camouflage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell my wife, this is a brand.
Yeah.
But even more impressive to me is that everybody I saw for the most part was our age, 40s, 50s. So I'm like, it's one thing to have somebody 21 dressing up to come. Yeah. When you grown, y'all know y'all be like, I'm gonna wear what I wanna wear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it be. But when I told my wife to look in here, and y'all, they said, okay, it's sold out. And y'all said, you go somewhere, it be sold out, and half the curtains be down, and the joint be half. When I say it was sold out, State Farm, we was on the floor all the way up to the top. I was like, man, people selling camel made so much money this weekend.
Yeah.
But the branding of it, and then the longevity, to see that, I believe it was 25 years, and Silk was still there, Mia X was still there, Fiend was still there, like so many of the crew. Can you talk about that longevity for us?
Well, to me, I always look at it's family over everything. And you look at sustainability. And we created something that was a movement. That's why 25 years later, we could still go and enjoy ourselves as we grow up and get older. Because we're teaching that we're not afraid to grow up and change. So for me, I'm not trying to be what I was 25 years ago. And so I think a lot of people get caught up in that. I'm real and I'm still real. I've never been real. I've never been a killer. I've never been none of that. I've been a hustler. Think about it. I've been a dude that's a grind. I want to make some money. I want to live. Like, I want to show our people that we could grow up. And that's why we still selling out arenas 25 years later because of the talent, because we all still humble and still hungry and still know there's a lot of work still need to be done. Now we have to educate the next generation. And so what I love about our No Limit reunion tours, what's different, we have parents bringing their kids to say, I grew up to this, but y'all still know this music because they still playing it because of what they done. And that is number God. To be honest with you, that's number putting your trust and faith in God and not just thinking it's about you. And I think a lot of these artists think it's about them. Everybody always say, I've never thought, so I keep telling you, I never thought I was the talented guy around. So it wasn't about that. I just told y'all, it's 10% of your talent anyway. So everybody want to be the best rapper and want to be, I'm like, wait up. The people that's going to be successful is the ones that control the business. I keep telling y'all, you don't have to even own 100%, 51%, you control it. You know business, like we get caught up, oh, I'm the man. I never wanted to be the man. I've never lived with a kingpin mentality, but God always blessed me with so many great things because I've always stayed humble and gave him the glory. So people don't got to realize when I got into the music business, I want to tell y'all what I got in it for. I didn't get in it for I wanted to be rich. I got in it because I wanted to get my grandmother a house. I had a why. The why was I want to take my grandmother out the projects that raised me. I didn't live with my dad and my mom. I lived with my grandparents. So I could have been angry and upset. I said, I want to make sure this lady, before she passed, get to see a great life. So that was my hustle and my drive was. And so, and I told God, I said, if you do that for me, I'm going to praise you and give you the glory all the time. And that's what he did. And that's why I still give him that glory till this day. So it's never been about me. So y'all know I played basketball. So you see all these artists on No Limit. It's always been a family and a team atmosphere. I said, you can't be successful unless you create other millionaires. That's why we still could go on the road, because I curated other millionaires. And we could still be happy. We're not angry and upset at each other because everybody had an opportunity to do what they need to do with their money, because they all made money. And so when I got out of the music business, whoever want to still be in it, that's fine. But I'm out of the music industry because ain't no money in the music industry. And I know people might get mad and trip, but I'm just saying, y'all know it's a lot of things that we used to do. It ain't no money, and you know it done tapped out. They trying to figure out how to make money off of streams. When Snoop put a post up, said, man, I sold 1 billion streams. I only made this little money. Where the millions at? We knew where our money from because we had tangible goods. And that's why I got into the product game. We could actually have tangible goods. I told people all the time, product outweighs talent. Product gonna be around when we not here. Michael Jordan is still successful because of the shoes, not because of him shooting balls into the hoop. That been over. Father Time did that. But guess what? Look at the business he was able to create. And I looked at, we need to create more African-American owned business because we make 0.1% of all the Fortune 500 companies. And we spend trillions of dollars. So people laugh at me, say, well, Pete, why you came up with cereal? We're the #1 consumer of cereal. Go look and see how much those big companies make off of cereal off of us. And then people tell me, oh, well, you got sugar in the cereal. They've been having sugar in their cereal for 100 years. What you think we grew up on? So you wouldn't want me to build a brand, me and Snoop to build a brand in the company and put money back into our community, educate our people, give our people opportunities and jobs, but y'all gonna let them do it? That's like somebody saying, don't make Snickers. You would let them make billions of dollars off of us, but if we make a Snicker, oh man, a black man got a Snicker with sugar. That was the Snicker been had.
If it didn't have it, they'd be like, you're making something dry that don't taste good.
What you want me to make? A sugar-free Snicker? If you want something with no sugar in it, go to Whole Foods and get you some cereal. Like, think about it. We have to deprogram our mindset and stop hating on each other because we could do just as great as them. Yeah. That's why I said, you know what? A lot of us make us don't want to do something. Think about it. We stop each other, but y'all can't do that. That fueled my fire. It's like my son the other day, right? My son, they got people talking all over the world. My son, Mercy Miller, he averaged 30 points a game in high school and 10 rebounds. He got snubbed with the McDonald's All-American. And guess what they tell him? I said, son, why you not tripping? He said, Dad, the kid that made McDonald's All-American averaged 17 points a game. I averaged 30 points. Wait till I get to the NBA. I say, boy, I love you. He ain't even worried. He like, the world know. I don't have to say nothing about it. And that's how we got to be. Even when they hate on you, we know the politicking. And even in the hood, because everybody want to talk about their hood, but it's politicking in the hood. No, you think when I made it out the ghetto, you think people was happy for me? Oh, man, you think you better than us. Oh, but when I was there with y'all, I was cool. What's the goal? The goal is to make it out the ghetto. The goal is not to die in the ghetto. The goal is to go to school, get an education. The goal is not to be stupid and dumb. The goal is if you really believe in God, then have some integrity. The goal is not to be, if we grew up, think about it, all y'all in here, I can look at y'all and I done talk to people that come up to me and told people, we done changed. I said, boy, I'm so happy for y'all because we changed too. The ones that didn't change, they dead or in prison. Think about it. Somebody mad at you because you got a business idea, you're trying to bring it to life, but they'll be happy you say, oh man, let's go to the strip club and throw 40. Who going to do that? Let's go throw 40 in one of these businesses and make millions. If they could call me a square all they want, I'm a rich square.
Damn. Y'all enjoying this? All right, I just wanted to make sure. Two things you said that struck me, right? For one, when you talk about food, I don't think a lot of people realize that the brands that they buy are families.
Yes.
Like Post, like Kellogg was
Yes.
two brothers, right? Like a lot of we drive Dodge, like a lot of these brands that we think, okay, somebody, how they come up with that name, that's somebody's last name.
So check this out. Me and Snoop figured it out. I said, man, what are we doing? I said, what is Kellogg's? That's a family name. What is Gucci? That's a family name. Okay, that's why we came up with Brothers Food. That's a family name. So you can't get mad at us. And look what me and Snoop did. We brothers that both come from poverty, we also had to put our egos behind. I could have called it Miller Cereals. No, I said, Snoop, you on every TV commercial. We need to use your family name. Even when you on the road, gotta do your concerts and all this stuff, I'm gonna be out there promoting. I'm gonna be in these stores. That's what I do. Everybody gotta play their role. So we playing our role. While Snoop doing his thing, we come together in the end. I'm hitting every store that people show, man, Master P in there. I can't believe it. Yes, he in there. He coming to check on the cereal. If we could go in the hood and check on some work and all that, why we can't do something positive? But I'm riding, I got 10 packs of cereal in my car. When the police pulled me over, what's that, P? Cereal. I don't even look behind me no more. I ain't even tripping. I say, officer, you want some Snoop cereal? They be shocked. I ain't trying to be what I used to be. Guess what? Y'all got to realize they got white guys running Fortune 500 companies. They got tattoos under their suits. Why we can't grow up and change? Why we can't be legit? Why we can't educate us in our culture? So my whole thing is, y'all, I don't care what they say about me. I'm going to keep educating my people. And I'm going to keep kicking these doors down till most of us get it, why we got audience like this that I see that really want it. Like we hunger for this education. And this is a blessing, y'all. Y'all look good, man. I give y'all self a round of applause. Because think about it, right? If we were shooting each other up and being on the streets, we'd be on the news. They don't want to put this on the news.
Not at all.
They don't want to show all these entrepreneurs in here changing their lives, changing their family lives. This ain't media. The media never going to show this, y'all. They're not going to show, oh, well, I might have didn't make it in high school. I might have make it in college, but now I'm focused. Because think about it. We've been working for them. I had a job, right? I got fired. That's why I got into being an entrepreneur. I used to work at Remco. No, for real. I was a repo man. I was repoing furniture until this old lady, she got me fired. Because I'm in the hood repoing furniture, and I'm thinking I'm the best. I'm getting all this stuff. For an old lady told me, oh, yeah, you think you tough. You come and take my sofa, my son gonna kick your ass. I said, no, for real. That's what she told me, right? So I said, I'm not trying to disrespect you. Your son ain't gonna play with me. So she seen that I wasn't scared. She called my boss and said, oh, yeah, he cursed me out. Wow. And I said, wow, I'm like, I can't believe that. But see, that's why I wanted to be a boss, because I didn't have control of my destination. No matter whether it was right or wrong, I'm stuck. And so I had to figure out how I'm going to change this narrative for Moon, because now I got a family, and how I'm going to take care of them if I keep getting fired. Me being an entrepreneur, I never get fired.
I'm curious, because we've been talking about both businesses. Which business is harder to break into for you? That food, cereal lane, or the music?
I think this food lane, because there's never been a person look like us. So think about it. The music was tough, but we seen Michael Jackson, we seen Prince, we seen Run DMC, we seen all these different people, but in this lane, it's nobody but me and Snoop. In a potato chip lane, it's nobody but Rap Snacks. It's nobody but us. So think about it. It's tougher. Rap Snacks is starting to kick the doors down on the potato chip side, but it took 25 years. Y'all think it just came out. James been doing this for 25 years. And so with me and Snoop on the cereal side, it's scary because even our own people are afraid. It's like, bro, like this just business. We was on the cone of duck and dodge and bullets. You think I'm gonna be afraid of these people in corporate America telling us what we can't do? When it's legit and it's right, and it's we are buying and consuming this. So think about this, y'all. This is my goals: to get in this, take over the lands that they have, and then create healthier alternatives. It's about growing. So it's tough because they never seen nobody. Look, Auntie Mama and Uncle Ben. My grandmother said to me, baby, go get the Auntie Mama and Uncle Ben because there was black people on it. When I got older, I'm like, Grandma, Auntie Mama don't own this or Uncle Ben. They just faces. They took a picture. That was so heartbreaking for my grandma. She was like, baby, all these years, we've been eating this shit. This is what she told me. She told me, she said, don't you buy no more of that shit. And so that motivated me. And so now we had a Mama Snoop oatmeal, which we got Snoop Mama on the cover. And so we're changing the game. And so they can't say nothing about oatmeal because it's healthy. Everything healthy. But if they say something about oatmeal, I'm going to turn up. That's the only time y'all gonna see me turn up in a long time. Oh, I want to see any black person say, P and Snoop, y'all oatmeal not healthy. Y'all know we eat a lot of oatmeal.
Yeah, we do.
And so my thing is, I'm tired of beefing with us. I'm beefing with Quaker. I'm beefing with Kellogg's. I'm going after Tony the Tiger right now.
You just talked about like the journey, right? Like you mentioned Rap Snacks, which is delicious, by the way, right?
Yes.
And that been people thinking they brand new, but they've been out for a long,
25 years.
time.
That's how long it takes. Are you willing to be in a business that's going to take you 25 years? That's what he's saying. A lot of people know this is a real marathon, being an entrepreneur. I've been paying people for years that I never made no money. And they still be mad, oh man, well, I'm trying to make no money. I say, I ain't never made no money. Okay, I'm letting you feed your family. You taking away from my family because I believe in this brand. So think about it. With me and Snoop, with these cereals, we get paid once a year. So all the other people that work for us, we pay them. We might not make no money for a year. Can you go and survive without making money for a year with a company that you own and everybody want things now? And so that's what being a boss is about. Everybody want to be the boss till they have to deal with the boss problem. So some people need to just be workers because we need workers too. That's why we bosses. And so guess what? Know your self-worth. If you know you need a job, don't act like you want to be a boss when you know you need a job because you're trying to pay bills. A boss ain't trying to pay bills. A boss trying to build companies, trying to build empires. And so these workers trying to get a check. That's why they get mad at you when they talk about you. Oh, yeah, he ain't. Wait up, what? I'm paying you. My kids get nothing for a while, but the long haul, when the boss get hands in the end, it's going to be good. So that's what I did with No Limit. They say, well, everybody thought they could out-rap me. I say, that's good, but y'all at the strip club and y'all partying all week. I'm making songs. Why I have more songs than y'all? And I'm the boss. I'm paying for everything. But the ones that put the work in, y'all know, y'all singing their song. It's the ones that really ain't selling no records. That's the one making the noise. So I have people walk up to me all the time and say, oh, man, I'm better than Mystical. I say, boy, look how many records Mystical sold. You came in at me wrong, so why would I want to do business with you? That's why I say product, don't talk back. I ain't got to worry about that with the cereal. I ain't never had a cereal ever told me nothing like that.
That's good. You know, I always say success leaves clues. And what you just talk about, like, are you willing to wait and be paid? We had Don Peoples, right? Probably the biggest black real estate developer in the country here yesterday, and he said the same thing. Somebody asked him about being a developer. And he said, as a developer, I get paid last.
Yes.
I don't get paid till the building is done. He said, meanwhile, everybody else got to get their checks right now and throughout the whole process. So he said the same thing. You want to be a developer, are you willing to be the one to get paid last?
Yes. I mean, think about it, right? You're going to be the last person to see anything. But you're going to be, they always say what's last going to be first in the end, but you're going to be the first to get that real money. And that's what you're doing this for. That's what you're putting your time into this. You're looking at 10 years from now. Everybody, the people that won't be first, they're looking at right now. If you look at, right, Elon Musk, right, I told y'all he did PayPal in college. He don't even talk about PayPal no more. He got all this other stuff. They always teach us that we just need to focus on, no, we need to get us something so we can make some money so we can invest in something. You can't invest in nothing if you never made no money. All you're doing is taking your money to the bank and making no interest off it. But we creating, my whole thing is I need 7 revenues of income. That's why I survived. So when y'all say, oh, P ain't making no music, why he ain't upset? Boy, P happy because I got money coming from other places. Now, I'll be angry if I ain't had them, oh, man, I ain't selling no records, and y'all be like, he angry. If you angry and you got money, something wrong with you. Think about it. That's our whole goal is to be able to, we don't live for the money, but when you bless and you do the right thing, the money gonna come. I don't even worry about the money. The money come because I make sure I take care of my people. And even the ones that don't get it, the ones that sometimes y'all know, we're going to have relatives and friends, and you're going to say, I can't do it today. You just won't see. Boy, they hate you. But guess what? I love it because now I see who you really is. So you telling me that I could never have a problem. And I tell people all the time, I say, this is what they do. I get everybody something for Christmas and all their birthdays and stuff. They tell me, well, you don't need none because you the man with everything. What you get the man with everything? You can at least be compassionate, show love.
Definitely.
Make a card, do something. Show somebody that you care about them. It's not just about money. I think we get caught up with the thing that, oh, I need to have. Nah, spend time. Keep it real. I keep telling people you can get money back, but you can't get time back. And so that's what we get caught up. And I tell people all the time, and I want to ask y'all this question. Where is the most richest at? In the grave, y'all. Give them a round of applause. Because guess what? We think we got so much time and we never finish the things that we want to bring to life or manifest because we think, oh, I'm going to do this now. Nah, I'm going to do it 10 years from now. No, start it now. They 10 steps ahead of us. Now, I talked about this earlier, right? We have to build family trust. And when we're building those family trusts, we build in banks. So that's what the Rockefeller family was building. Y'all keep thinking it's just a family trust. No, we're building a family bank. Because that's what this is. We're not even educated to that because we think, oh, I just got to put my trust in case something happened to me. No, let's build these family banks with all these black people that look like us all over the world. So now we can put our money together and show our families how we could leave something for them. Because I told somebody, right, my family ain't going back to the projects. I left out the projects, now I live in a mansion, but if I don't educate the next generation, we go back to the projects. And so that's why I'm teaching and educating and teaching hard work. Because with hard work and education, we don't go back to the projects. But if I give everybody something, then they looking for me to give them something. When I'm not here, we going back. And so that's why the education part is so, so important that we don't be friends with our kids. And so, you know, I started now, like, even though I have a lot of money, my son just got a car in college. Because at first, by everybody, you in high school, get him a car. Dude, no, I ain't doing that no more. Because my son riding that bike, walking to school, it taught him how to be humble and to be hungry and put God first. And then he a 4.0 student. Think about it. They got most kids that come from parents with money. They don't care nothing about education. They say, my daddy got money. What about you? When your daddy ain't here, what you gonna have? And so that's my main thing now is educating us that we don't go back to the projects. We come too far. We ain't going back.
That's good. Whenever I got somebody successful, I like to ask a couple questions about mindset. And you know, I was looking, a lot of people are afraid, entrepreneurs, right, fearful to make a move, fearful to start a new business, fearful to open up a new brand. But I'm looking over the years, you've done music, you've done movies, sports management, telecommunications, clothing, shoes, food, video games, a cable TV network. Some of those industries you probably had experience background. Some of them had to be new things. Like when you're looking at opportunities, are you like, it's a little scary, shaky, but I'm gonna do it anyway? Or you like just rolling right into it? Like, what's your thought process around it?
Think about it, right? Everything that you said is something that we doing or watching or into. Anyway, why now that I have money, I don't even give it a shot? I'm able to give our people opportunities. Even if we don't make it in it, I keep telling y'all, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. It done prepared me for the big picture. So now I know how to do all these different things. Imagine that me investing my time in the stuff that I love, that I do every day anyway. And so you got to find a house. So you might as well get into real estate. You need somewhere to stay. Why not your company paying for it? We gonna watch TV. I gave it a shot. BET had so much stuff, but I figured that part out that it was too political. So I lost. I started in the cereal at first, right? They made us change the name. It was Snoop Loops. But we didn't quit. We got educated. They told us, take it off the shelf. You said, okay, you know what we doing? We gave it away to food banks and the families, and we fed our people. And through that process, we learned the business. We didn't stop. We didn't quit, because that's what they thought we was going to do. Kellogg's thought they was going to shut us down. And guess what? They ain't did nothing but fuel more fire. And we figured out, okay, now it's time to go to this family brand. And that's when we figured it out, and that's what we did. Look where we at now. So don't get confused by taking a swing, because sometimes you take a swing, as you get up to the plate, you just can't be afraid to swing at the ball. You might hit a home run. Everybody else worrying about strikes. I'm worrying about home runs. I'm like, man, if I hit this home run, we all eat. Because it's not about me anyway. We can't take this with us. So that's why my mindset different, because we can't take this with us. No matter what we have, it's only temporary. So I'm at least give it a shot.
How do you manage in those situations? How do you manage like the risk? Or like if something is too risky for you, or you know it's not like.
For me, to be honest with y'all, I'll tell y'all, it's not a risk, because I'm already prepared for the worst. Think about it, I come from nothing. What could I do? Go back to nothing? And start over again? I'm like instant grits, just add water, I'm gonna make some money. You can't be afraid. That's what they do. Oh, well, you gonna lose all your money. Well, you stay working at that company then, because you killing yourself for them, and you won't take one shot at something for you. Think about it. You go, oh, I'm there for the boss, and not even a boss, my supervisor. Think about it. Oh, my supervisor said, well, I don't care about no supervisor. I'm about to own me a company. You talking about a supervisor that's working for them. Think about it. The supervisor controlling you, telling you what to do, and he don't even own the company. He don't know when he gonna get fired. And so my mindset changed. I'm like, man, this man acting like, I had to tell my supervisor, bro, what you gonna do when they fire you? He said, you know what, you think you too smart. I said, I'm asking you one question. You talking to me, you ain't even go see what was going on or go talk to the lady, but you telling me you gotta let me go, and I'm the leading person that's doing all this, and you ain't even going to check the facts. I asked him one thing before I left. I said, what you gonna do when they fire you? And guess what? That same, they fired him, and then, he seen me at a thing, say, man, I should have listened to you. But that gave me that motivation. That gave me that motivation to know that when I have a job, I'm still in a position that I'm taking a risk to be fired. So think about it. I done made a mortgage note, I got a car note, and then somebody come tell me, well, we got to let you go. You ain't about to let me go no more because I got like 7, 8, 10, 20 different companies. Once one go down, I'm going to go get this one done, running, or I'm going to go get some money from over here to put back into this one to let it go. So that's the mindset because they teach us what they tell us in the hood. Oh, you a hustler. Or you grinding. Why we can't grind and be a hustler in business? Legit. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a legit hustler. So when the police pull me over, oh, that's Percy Miller. They don't even have to say Master P no more. I'm grown. That's Percy Miller. Okay. Come on, y'all, we grown. They've been doing it for years. When I start seeing these Fortune 500 come, so think about this, right? So when I got to Hollywood, they had a guy own he didn't own the shoe company. He created this shoe brand. And I said, you do shoes, right? I said, why Hollywood gave you $500 million to start a movie company? Because they could do what they want to do with their money. We ain't got to that point to where we could say, oh, I'm going to take you out of this lane and I'm going to give you this amount of money to go start that. They gave a guy who do shoes $500 million to start a movie company. You think they'll do that for us?
No.
But guess what? It's not enough for us. See, we all think about, oh, well, you know that dude, he's successful, or no, you successful. Okay, how many more? Mm-hmm. Now, if it was thousands, then they can't control us. So that's why this is so important that we educate y'all and give y'all this game because we don't want to just be us. Me and Snoop don't want it just to be us in the cereal. Me and James don't want it just to be us in the potato chip game. We want thousands so when we walk through that door, they can't tell us no. Right now, we're not building economic empowerment because there's only one or two. We got to change that narrative. Think about it. When we was buying Auntie Mom and Uncle Ben, we was really thinking that was real. Why they took it off the shelf, but they still kept the shelving space. Mm-hmm. They just took the lady off.
Put the log cabin on it.
See? But that's game because they controlling the market share. We took the lady off, and now we still have the market share, and we still going by because guess what? We got nothing else to buy. We ain't got nothing owned by us because we hate on Auntie Mama syrup. If I made syrup, y'all gonna say it's sweet. What is syrup? Let's be honest. Oh, P trying to kill our people, he made syrup. What y'all put on pancakes? But we gonna buy from them. Now you buying Pearl Mill, whatever it is. Yeah. It's still the same thing that they've been selling us 100 years. We gotta deprogram our minds. And that's what this is about, y'all. I love that we here. We looking good is about deprogramming and get on that right track because we want it to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. So get off of that. Anything that happened overnight is a lick, and a lick don't last.
I want to ask you about something that many entrepreneurs struggle with, and that's how you manage your time.
Yep.
Because as the higher levels, I can imagine the demands on your time are crazy, but I still see a lot of posts of you supporting your sons in basketball, being with the family. Like how does that look day to day?
Well, so one thing you got to keep your word. So I gave you my word that I was coming to do here. My son got one of the biggest games of his life tonight. I got to jump back on the plane, leave here, run through here, get back home. So that's when it comes down to your family, you got to manage that time. When it comes down to your business, you got to manage that time. But that's what's so great about being an entrepreneur. If I didn't own my company, I couldn't do this. I couldn't tell you I could be here. Think about it. I couldn't. I'd be like, oh, I got to be to work. But now that we are entrepreneurs and we own our own companies and brands, we can work around that time management, saying I could be here, I could fly back, get over there, I could go do this tomorrow. And then I got to spend that quality time with my family. Because if you don't do that with your family, then you lose that. Because for us, it's family over everything. But my family realized that I'm doing what I do for them. Because somebody got to play that role. If I don't do what I do, then they don't live the life that they're able to live. And so you got time management is so important that you got to give your business the right time, but you got to give your family the right time. And so it starts with knowing that everything is not going to be perfect. There's no perfect father. There's no perfect boss. There's no perfect businessman. None of that. So, but when you get up in the morning with a good heart to do the right thing, and like I told you, that one word, integrity. When you have integrity, doing the right thing when nobody's looking. I don't care if people talking about you or saying crazy things about you. One thing about God, whatever somebody meant for evil, God will turn it into good because you're doing the right thing. And that's what this is about. You got to keep doing the right thing. I know as long as I'm out there doing the right thing, you're not going to stop me. I don't care what you say about me because I don't even worry about what you say. Think about it. It's how I react to what you say or what you do. You got to get grown to understand that because I used to be, oh, man, you say, oh, let's get him. Now I'm like, who is that person? What do he or she have? Because I know I ain't got time to talk about somebody. I ain't got time to worry about what somebody else doing. I got too much stuff I'm doing. They always say empty barrels make the most noise. And so we got to get back into that mindset of I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to keep working. And I'm going to get to where I need to go at because consistency, I'm doing something every day to get there. I'm not worrying about what Johnny have over there with his business, what Samantha got over there with her business. I think we worry about that. Be the best you could be. And I think where our misconception come in, we're trying, we talked about it earlier. In the music business, why people can't make it, because everybody trying to be what Drake doing. That man been doing this for years. You got to get in the game first, get your feet wet. That's what I did. I told y'all, I was Mr. P, the country singer. Tupac was the biggest artist in the world. Man, I see Tupac at the show. Man, thank you for having me out here, bro. You got to start appreciating people that's giving you opportunity.
But most people not humble like that no more.
You got to, if you know God, you going to be humble. Or God going to humble you. Think about it. He'll take it away from you. I had to let this man know I was thankful for being on tour. He giving me opportunity to showcase my talent. Everybody else, man, I won't make money. I don't care nothing about no money right now. I got to prove to people who I am and who I am as an artist. So this is a lifetime opportunity that look where I'm at now. Now, if I didn't get that opportunity, you wouldn't know who No Limit was. So that's why I told that man, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to open up for you. I'm out there with the lights on. Everybody want to get on a big stage with Beyonce, but they ain't see Beyonce what she was doing when she was younger. This ain't just happened overnight. Y'all ain't spending thousands of dollars to go see Beyonce because she just came out last week. This history, this years, that's the same thing I do with our business. You don't want people to say they're going to give you billions of dollars. You just started this business yesterday. If that happened, I'm happy for y'all. But if it don't, be prepared for the marathon. Most of the time, it don't happen like that overnight. I look at the stories from Louis Vuitton to Gucci. Look at all those stories. Those people went through some stuff. And some of the stuff that they successful, they didn't even get to see it. It's the kids in the next generation reap the benefits. Do you want to be in business long like that to where your business blow up after you gone? That's what you call hard work. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's called vision. you like, this gonna happen when I don't care. I'm gonna plant this seed. It might happen when I'm not around, but I done planted it. That's what I'm talking about, doing something for your family that nobody else gonna do for them. So when I look at the Gucci and look at all that stuff, they done killed each other and did all this and all of a sudden. No, let's be honest. They call us crazy and say we go through all this heartache and all this stuff. But go look at these stories. You're gonna be like, oh man, I ain't living like that.
The Kellogg's brothers was beefing with each other.
Think about it.
Yeah.
So people don't know how the cereal started, right? With Kellogg's, right? That was Kellogg started as a mental hospital. Mm-hmm. And people don't know the guy from Post, he was in there. Mm-hmm. So he looked at what they had and said, man, look, this helped me. I'm going to create my own. He went create on. Imagine what us did. Oh, man, you stole my stuff. I'm going to kill him. Think about it. We would have been, oh, man, I'm going to kill him, dog. He just stole my stuff. No, it's so much money for them to where Kellogg's built Kellogg's, and Post was able to go build Post, and they've been passing this down from generation to generation to generation, and all we doing is arguing about us making something, and we're going to go buy it from them. Think about how sad that is. We go, oh, man, I'm going to buy Oh, Tony the Tiger. My kids love Tony the Tiger. Why we can't make a Tony the Tiger? Will we buy it if we make it? You know we're going to call it. That's a knockoff. That's a knockoff. We make it in the same factories, make it better than them. But you just told me, this is what I told one of my friends. I said, I can't mess with you because I gave you some of my cereal. You said it tastes better than Tony the Tiger. But you're going to buy Tony the Tiger because mine's a knockoff. I say, but when you come ask me to borrow some money, I ain't giving you none of this knockoff money. So, and that's what I'm saying, y'all. They've been knocking us off for years. Yeah. We don't say nothing about it because we're afraid. And so now that we're getting smarter and educated, we're making our own, we don't even know how to handle each other now. We're looking at each other trying to figure out how to pick us apart instead of riding with us so we can all eat. But we trying to knock each other off, and they ain't even worrying about it because you're not going to their party, but you won't come to my party because you know me. And then you're going to talk about what I'm doing. And I'm making the stuff in the same factories and better ingredients. You won't even want to look. Like I said, that's why I started my own company, because the supervisor didn't even want to look at the situation to see whether I was right or wrong. So I know it's going to take some time, y'all, but I'm up for the job to show our people that we could kick these doors in.
Real quick, what can we do on the ground level as consumers to support the cereal?
Well, do the same thing you did with me in the music business. You follow me in the music business, follow me that I'm grown, that we creating jobs and opportunities for our people. Let's do something different now. Like this is life-changing what we're doing. And we're going to constantly keep growing. We just got to support each other. And we done built a big fan base now, but it's still a fight. Like, we're going to have to fight some of these grocery stores. Same thing we had to do. So y'all remember when I put out About It, the movie? Yep. I had to go and create band in theaters all over the world. They wouldn't put me in theaters. So guess what? We sold it to the stores. They said, what stores you going to sell it to people? I'm going to sell it to the record stores. So I put a movie in the record stores. You got to figure out whatever. That's why I'm saying we take the cereal and focus on Amazon. Get our people to go to Amazon. You even have to go to the store. Go to Amazon and buy Snoop cereal. That's how you support us, because guess what we do? The more we make, the more we give. We're giving back, helping homeless, fight that homelessness, and educating the next generation, and also help fight to feed the elderly. And what other brand doing that? So the more we make, the more we give. We're making sure we give back to our culture and our people and helping all people, because I want y'all to know this is not just a black thing. This is a black-owned company, but we make cereal for everybody. And that's the mindset we got to have when you're going to have a business. Don't just make it for a target audience. Yeah, but my whole thing is the reason why we're a black-owned company, because it's not enough for us. It needs some diversity. All this fake diversity. Oh, I'm going to put you in my store for diversity. Man, knock it off. You're doing that for the month. It's Black History Month right now. Oh, how many brands they going to say, oh, yeah, we got them in there for this month, then kick them out? Mm-hmm. That ain't diversity. You ain't helping us build nothing for our culture and our people. That's why I'm saying we got to make, because I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's more white people buy our cereal. That's the craziest thing to me. And I'm giving the money back to our culture and our people. Because think about it. Even when we had George Floyd, it was more white people marching with us. Because they tired of it. They see the injustice. They got some good people in everything. It don't matter what color you is. That's what my thing is. I want good people. But I know that we need some diversity out there. So we got to stop that and get on that page to where we're going to change this. That's why this a fight, y'all. Y'all thought the music industry was a fight? No, this a fight. That's why all my soldiers, yeah, y'all get y'all camouflage. We going to these stores.
All right, so TSP, before we wrap, I'm going to put the charge to y'all. I want y'all to buy the boxes. Where you going to buy them from? Amazon, right? Take a picture, tag Master P, it's just at Master P, right?
Yes, sir.
Tag them, tag Snoop, let them know. that we got that back. Y'all with me? Come on, y'all halfway sound like it. Y'all with me? All right. All right. Any last words of encouragement for the entrepreneurs in the audience?
So my thing with everybody that's out here, y'all, we got to push each other. We can't run with each other no more and support each other. Like I tell people all the time, if you're not right, cut the ones off that's not right. Like we really have to get on that because they're slowing us down. Like think about it. I don't care if you're a family member or a friend or whatever, or in a relationship or whatever. If they slowing you down, dog, I'm trying to keep moving for something bigger. If you're going to be in that relationship with me, you're going to be on this journey with me, go on it. Like stop hating on us. Like this self-hate got to stop because we got to get happy with ourselves. And people always think they're looking for somebody else to make them happy. No, you got to make yourself happy. And you got to add to other people's happiness. And if you do that, you're going to be able to get out there and run with your business because you're going to have a good, clear mind, a good conscience. Because everybody, we're talking about mental. You know, our mental can't be clear to go run a business if our situation ain't right. Our friendships, our families, and all that stuff. Because think about it. When God give you an idea, he give you that idea. Everybody not going to see that vision. Don't let the ones that don't see the vision stop you. Because there's a lot of haters out there that's going to stop you from getting to your dreams. I call them dream killers, y'all. It's a lot of dream killers. When I got in the music industry, somebody told me, man, what you doing, Pete? What's the scheme? I said, scheme? I'm trying to put a record company together. We got to stop thinking like that. We got to start thinking, man, I see what you're doing, bro. I'm going to support you. And I'm going to help you get through it. So we got to help each other get through some of this pain because they don't really want us to do this anyway. So y'all, we gotta celebrate each other, support each other, and don't quit because it might not happen overnight, but it's going to happen. There's going to be no limit to your success if you put your trust and faith in God and don't quit. Don't quit. That's my message, y'all. Don't quit.
All right, CSP, stand to your feet and give it up.